We live in a world where everything has become cashless. We transfer money online and we buy and sell stuffs online. Now everything has become at our fingertips. But tracing back this advanced technology, it all started with barter system, where people used to exchange goods and services instead of other goods and services, which mutually helped both the parties. In today's world, the advanced version of barter system is still practiced in big industries to mutually help each other. How does that work? We will look in this session. Today's session, we are going to learn about swaps. So swaps basically means exchange. It can be exchange of anything. It can be exchange of situation, exchange of place, or any other thing. In financial market, swap also has different meanings. Today we will see how swap can help in reducing interest rates. But before we go to that, let us take a practical example to understand how swapping works. Consider a guy who has just crossed his 12th and wants to become engineering student. He joins an engineering college, let us say in Bangalore University, and opts for mechanical course. After his first semester, he realizes that he has chosen a wrong stream. He is much interested into programming, he is interested into hacking, and he is interested into developing website. So now he wants to change his branch. To do that, he has to either drop out mechanical engineering and start again from first semester. That will lead to a year wastage of an year. Else he can find a guy from CS or IS branch who is willing to swap his position. That is, he needs to find a guy from CS or IS branch who is interested into mechanical branch and is also willing to join mechanical branch from second semester onwards. Now, he talks to this guy, they mutually agree and go to university. University will help them switch by charging a small fees from mechanical guy and also from CS guy. By taking a small fees, BU gets a small profit and also allows them to swap their positions. Thus, after from second semester, mechanical guy can continue his engineering in CS branch, and CS guy can continue his engineering into mechanical branch. This swapping will help them prevent the wastage of 1 year. In the very same way, swapping works in financial markets. Let us take an example of two different companies which are into two different streams. For example, let us say there is a company A which is into foods and restaurant. It is 5 to 6 year old and is quite good into its services. People like the product or people like the food which they offer and it has already become a brand. Now company A wants to expand its franchises and needs more investment. Thus company A needs a loan of around 50 lakh rupees. Since company A is quite old into its business and has a good asset, it can go to any standard bank and approach for a loan, and any bank will easily give this company a loan. Let us say company A goes to bank X. To get loan. Now, while taking loan, we have two options. Either we can opt for a fixed rate of interest, or we can always opt for variable interest. Fixed rate of interest is pre-decided by bank and will be constant, whereas variable rate of interest changes every single day depending upon the fluctuations in the market. If the economy of the nation is positive, the variable rate of interest will decrease, and if the economic condition of the country is bad, the variable interest rate will increase. Let us say company A goes to bank X and they ask for a fixed rate of interest 8% or variable X. Remember, this X changes every single day. Now, since company A is quite old into business, it can afford to take a risk. It can either opt for 8% of interest or variable X. And let us say company A feels that the economic conditions of the nation will improve over the time, thus X may decrease, and company A wants to opt for variable interest, right? So the primary motive of company A is to opt for variable interest. On the other hand, there is another company, let us say company B, which is into, let us say, educational sector. It needs fund to make offices, make classrooms, take videos online, to develop an interactive website, but is quite new in the market. Let us say this is a startup and also needs 50 lakh rupees for branding, advertising, making classes. Now, company B approaches different bank, but most of the bank will definitely deny giving loan to company B because he is a startup and banks cannot risk to give such big amount to a startup. Let us say finally company B finds a bank which is willing to give them an interest but on a higher rate. Let us say there is a bank Y which offers company B loan on a fixed interest of 12% or a variable interest of X plus 1. They'll be charging 1% extra on X. Now, both the companies are looking for loan but want to find a way in which the interest rates will be reduced. In such scenes, swap banks come into picture. Let us say there is a bank, swap bank. Now swap bank will examine the situation and will tell both the companies to swap their situations. Just by swapping, both the companies will make a profit by getting a lower interest rate, and swap bank will also earn a profit by helping them. How will that work? Let us take a look at it. First, swap bank will go to company A, whose primary motto is to take a variable interest, but instead swap bank will ask company A to opt for a fixed rate of interest. Company A agrees to it, goes to bank X and opts for fixed rate of interest. In the very same way, swap bank comes to company B, asks company B, whose primary motto is to take fixed rate of interest. Company B wants fixed rate of interest because it is a startup, it cannot take risk. Variable X plus 1 can increase exponentially if the economy of the condition drops down, and since it is a startup, it wants a predetermined or a fixed rate of interest which it can pay. So company B wants to opt for fixed rate of interest. Now swap bank goes to company B, whose primary motto is to get fixed rate of interest, and tells them to opt for variable rate of interest. Company B also agrees and goes against its primary decision and opts for variable X plus 1. Now, at this point of the time, swap bank goes to company A and says to pay them the variable interest, that is X%. Also, from company B, swap bank will take a fixed rate of interest, let us say 10%. The X% which swap bank is taking from company A, it will directly return it to company B, and the 10% which swap bank is taking from company B, it will give 9% to company A. Thus, swap bank is making a profit of 1%. That is, it is taking X% from company A and giving that entire X% to company B, but taking 10% from company B and giving just 9% to company A, thus making a profit of 1%. And if we see the overall condition of company A and company B, we will also see that both the companies are making profit. That is, company A is paying 8% to bank X and paying X% to Swap Bank, but instead getting 9% from Swap Bank. So overall it is paying just X minus 1%. In the very same way, company B is paying X plus 1% to Bank Y, also paying 10% to Swap Bank, instead getting this X percent from Swap Bank. So overall it needs to pay 11% only. Thus, company A now needs to pay X minus 1% instead of X percent. Company B needs to pay 11% instead of fixed 12%. Thus, Swap Bank helped both the parties to reduce their interest rates and also had made some money for itself. I hope you understood this concept. For more such videos, do like, comment, subscribe and share to our channels. Thank you so much.